Alabama is getting ready for another cold weekend.
Another Arctic blast heading into East Alabama for the weekend. We will detail the cold temperatures coming up.
Coming up in sports, there is a new state champion in Calhoun County. We'll tell you more about that in just a minute. Also, we've got the highlights and results from the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament and preview the championship games for tonight. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Manufacturing, metal buildings made right here in Calhoun County.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards.
And I'm Mike Stedham.
Just when you thought it was safe to go outside again, another wind chill advisory and hard freeze warning has been issued for East Alabama from midnight tonight until 9 o'clock Saturday morning. The Calhoun County Emergency Management Agency said this afternoon that very cold wind chills are expected. Cold wind chills may lead to hypothermia if precautions are not taken. The EMA says it's crucial to take precautions to protect yourself, your home, and your loved ones from the extreme cold. Recommended precautions include bundling up and wearing appropriate clothing, including hat and gloves, using caution while traveling outside, and bringing pets indoors or providing them with warm shelter while protecting their paws from icy surfaces. State troopers say slick spots and icy patches still exist on state and federal roadways in North Alabama. Secondary roads continue to be iced over or covered with patchy ice. Please continue to use caution if traveling into those areas and remain alert for road crews and first responders. You can check traffic conditions for your destination by visiting algotraffic.com. And don't forget that John Holder will be here in a few minutes to tell us just how cold it will be this weekend and how much longer this cold spell will last.
The City of Anniston's warming station at the bridge is again offering 24 hours a day of warmth this weekend. Local utilities such as the Anniston Waterworks and Sewer Board remind residents to keep their faucets dripping and cover any exposed pipes or spigots throughout this weekend.
When we return, Jacksonville State University and the Center for Domestic Preparedness have signed a new agreement to collaborate on research and training.
For metal buildings in Alabama and the Southeast, Waldrop Manufacturing is your one-stop source. A Waldrop metal building provides the coverage and protection your investments need. They specialize in carports, RV covers, portable buildings, and storage buildings. Stop paying rent for storage. With Waldrop's price per foot, you can actually save money by buying straight from the manufacturer. Waldrop buildings are guaranteed because Waldrop manufactures buildings with U.S. steel right here in Calhoun County. Waldrop Manufacturing, serving the entire Southeast. Give them a call today. This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wedowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
The JSU Department of Emergency Management and Public Administration and the Center for Domestic Preparedness have been working together for more than a decade to provide training opportunities for students at both institutions. This afternoon, JSU and the CDP signed an agreement extending and expanding that partnership. Dr. Christy Shelton, the provost of JSU, explains what this agreement will mean for her university.
It means that we are formalizing, continuing our agreement with the Center for Domestic Preparedness, and we are looking at research opportunities for our emergency management students as well as internship opportunities. And we're also looking at academic credit opportunities for those students as they complete certain courses within the CDP. So we're looking at true continued collaboration. We've had this for a number of years now, so we're looking at continuing that and really maximizing it. We're wanting to revisit opportunities and make sure that we are changing as the times change and capitalizing on everything that we feel would benefit our students and the CDP.
Tony Russell, the superintendent of the CDP, says the close working relationship between the center and the university has been very important to the training that he's been able to offer to first responders and first receivers from across the nation.
For the CDP, this is a very important partnership as it brings together the academics with the practitioner. And to me, that's very, very important because we got to have both in order for us to be able to really shape the future of preparedness, response, and recovery, and to really impact the national goal of a secure and resilient nation. By having the partnerships here, us working together, we're able to feed into that to really be able to change outcomes for the nation.
And while today's signing will bring the two institutions closer together, Russell says it will have an impact far beyond this area.
It can impact the nation. I cannot stress that enough. Because by working together, we can feed into resilience and be able to really shape the way that the nation responds from Jacksonville, Alabama, can change the nation.
The Etowah County Sheriff's Office says it has been made aware of a telephone scam that involves individuals claiming to be local bondsmen. These scammers will watch the sheriff's mugshots page and find individuals that have been booked into the Etowah County Detention Center, use social media to locate family members, and call to attempt to get money for their bond. Officials say this is a scam designated to steal money from those families. There have been a few individuals who have lost money, and the Sheriff's Investigation Division is working to identify individuals involved in this deception. These scammers will spoof their caller ID, which allows them to contact victims and appear to be calling from a local bondsman's office. Anyone who has been approached in this manner should call the Etowah County Sheriff's Office and ask about the call. When we come back, it's time to take out the trash.
Since 1993, WM Grocery has been a major part of our local community. WM offers the very best in fresh produce and an outstanding meat department. WM also has many local products not found anywhere else and fresh sushi every day. If you need an event catered, come see Mrs. K at any WM store. Curbside pickup is also available for your online grocery orders. Be sure to download the WM app for all the deals of the week and shopper rewards. Go check them out today at any of their locations.
We take pride in our community and appreciate your business.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
If you can brave the chilly temperatures this weekend, you may want to take advantage of a free dump day at the Calhoun County Landfill on Morrisville Road this weekend. Kitchen junk and tires will have a small fee, but everything else, such as appliances, yard waste, shingles, scrap metal, carpet, and remodeling waste, is fair game. This is only for Calhoun County residents, so don't forget to bring your ID.
Looking ahead for warmer weather, the third annual Strawberry Festival is happening on the Chief Ladiga Trail in Piedmont on May 11th. And the city is now accepting applications from vendors. An application circulating on social media states that vendors can rent a space large enough for a small booth for just $50. For information, you can contact Kevin Cunningham at 256-337-3930 or by email at kevin@exitfoothills.com.
Man, festival weather, that sounds really, really nice. And I've always heard, I don't know if you've heard this, but I've always heard if we have a really cold winter, then we have less bugs and mosquitoes and things like that. Is that
I have
true?
definitely heard that. I have no idea if it's true, but I like to think that it is.
Me too, and I would like to go ahead and say I'm expecting no mosquitoes this summer.
That would be nice. Good plan.
But as far as what we can expect now, let's turn to John Holder, who is in the EAN Weather Center, to tell us about this frigid weekend. John?
Mike and Katie, if we can just get through the weekend and get past Monday morning, we're going to actually see a touch of springtime coming to East Alabama next week. We will have the complete 7-day forecast for all of East Alabama next.
For over 60 years, Oxford Lumber has been servicing our area, and our customer service has always been our main focus. Our customer service is what sets us apart from anyone else. From the moment you enter, our highly trained staff will treat you like family.
To enthusiastically provide total customer satisfaction within a positive and self-fulfilling employee relations environment. Visit us at any of our 4 locations or at oxfordlumber.com.
Well, another weird day today weather-wise as far as temperatures go across East Alabama. This 41-degree temperature came about 9 o'clock this morning. Since then, temperatures have been falling, but that was the high today, coming at about 9 o'clock this morning after a morning low of 37. That was about an hour earlier at about 8 o'clock this morning down at the Anniston Airport. Record high temperatures 71 degrees, the record low at 4 degrees. Days continue to get longer now by a couple of minutes. Sun rising on your Saturday morning at 6:46 and the sun setting on your Friday afternoon at 5:02. Weather on your street on this Friday night. Main Street in Munford. If you live in Munford or anywhere in East Alabama, be inside tonight. Another Arctic blast, as we mentioned, rolling in even as we speak tonight. Clear skies and the temperature dropping down to 14 degrees overnight. Some folks may even be colder than that in some of the normally colder locations. As we head into Saturday, it's going to be a beautiful day on Chicken Plant Road in Glencoe. The problem is high temperatures are going to remain below freezing all day, about 31 in Glencoe and all across East Alabama, despite maximum sunshine coming up on Saturday. But here's the good news. Next week, look at these temperatures, 50s and more than likely 60s, much warmer on Forest Lane in Oxford. We're going to see temperatures in the 50s on Monday and Tuesday, but after that, we're in the 60s, and we're going to be very close to 70 degrees by the end of next week, with some rainfall coming as well. Let's talk about our rain chances. That will be a big part of what we're talking about in the 7-day forecast. No chance of rain through the weekend or on Monday. So we got 3 straight dry days coming up. Temperatures are going to slowly rebound. 31 on Saturday, 42 on Sunday afternoon. But by Monday, heading back into work and school, we're in the mid-50s. That will feel very nice. No chance of rain on any of those days. Rain makes its way back into the forecast by Tuesday afternoon. Highs will be very close to 60 degrees on Tuesday. And look at these high rain chances. 70% on Wednesday, 80% on Thursday, 60% again on Friday of next week. And we might even have a couple of thunderstorms there. Nothing severe, but some much needed rainfall coming to East Alabama. And look at the temperatures. 65 on Wednesday, 68 on Thursday, 68 on Friday. Don't be surprised, as we said, if we see 70 degrees on some backyard thermometers. And the nighttime lows, those are impressive as well, way above what we've had for daytime highs recently, 53, 58, 56. Folks, those are the nighttime lows coming up the middle part of next week. We will take it. Let's take a look at this hard freeze warning that we have for all of East Alabama tonight. We'll have this again tomorrow night. This is basically what we're looking at Saturday night. Looks like that Saturday night will actually be a couple of degrees colder across the state. So we've got temperatures ranging from 11 degrees up in northwest Alabama to 12 and 13 here in East Alabama as we make our way through Saturday night and Sunday morning. The good news is warmer weather on the way. Just have to make it through the weekend. I'll be with you Saturday, Sunday, and Monday mornings at 6 a.m. sharp for the breakfast forecast for all of East Alabama. Right now it's sports time. Namath Pitts covering the state wrestling tournament in Birmingham. Namath?
Thanks, John. The girls' state wrestling tournament took place yesterday at Thompson High School, and the placement matches took place today at the Birmingham Crossplex. The Weaver Bearcats wrestled really well, with one wrestler bringing home a state championship. Lena Johansson is your 138-pound weight class state champion. Lena Johansson won by pin in the championship match over Bianca Hart of Buckhorn. Lena Johansson has now won 4 straight state championships. She won by pin in all 4 of her matches at the state tournament this year, and Lena Johansson embodies what it means to be a Weaver Bearcat wrestler. Hard work and dominance, as Weaver would say, chop wood, carry water. Here is Lena Johansson talking about how she feels to be a 4-time state champion.
I'm really excited. I actually, going into the match, I knew the girl had prepared for me. So I was like, let's just be really patient, take it to the mat, be patient. If I don't score right away, that's okay. I wanted to score off the first period, but if not, it's okay. And I remember Coach Fulmer, he walked up to me before the match and he was like, how are you feeling? I said, I feel like I'm gonna throw up. And he was like, that's a good feeling. And I was like, but he was like, just go out there and have fun. And at the end of the day, I feel like this is the least pressure I've ever felt, honestly, especially with Anaya Vines not making it to the finals. So it was just free wrestling out there, so it was really good.
Coach Andy Fulmer and the Weaver Bearcats finished 5th place overall as a team. Weaver had 7 of 10 wrestlers finish in the top 8 of their weight class. Kinley Fulmer finished 5th place. Allie Anderson finished 7th place. Jaylee Carter finished 4th place. Mariah Johansson finished 4th place. Callie Mayfield finished 8th place. Lena Johansson was your state champion, and Bailey Brown finished 7th place as the Weaver Bearcats finished 5th place overall as a team. The Calhoun County Basketball semifinals took place last night at Pete Matthews Coliseum, and we have the highlights and results from last night. Two-time defending champion Oxford is back in the final and looking the part again. Zayana Whitfield scored 19 points and Bree Wilson 13 points, and the number 2 seed earned a shot at top seed Anniston. Oxford's key all season long has been enough to help emerging around Whitfield. The senior Tennessee State signee and lone remaining standout is the only one from the 2022 Oxford State finalist team. Oxford also got 11 points from Ava Thomas, 9 points with 2 3-pointers from Jamia Gaston, and 6 points from Shay Montgomery. Thomas scored 21 points on Wednesday. Wilson's Day Thursday included a 3-pointer. Jacksonville got 13 points from J.C. Taylor, 10 in the second half, and Golden Eagles coach Corey Mize sees their advancement to the semifinals as a building block, but the Oxford girls won 71-38. Devin Barksdale scored 23 points, and Jaquan Irvin and Aaron Nixon added 11 points apiece as Jacksonville boys avenged a loss to Anniston from earlier this season to reach the finals of the Calhoun County Basketball Tournament for the 3rd year in a row. The two-time defending Class 4A state champions will play Oxford while seeking its first county title since 1995. Oxford has won the past 5 county titles and beat Jacksonville in the last two county finals, 64-62 back in 2022, 43-40 last year in 2023. The number 3 seed Golden Eagles handled the number 2 seed Anniston Bulldogs Thursday, avenging that 2-point loss from December 21st. Jacksonville dominated from start to finish as the Jacksonville Golden Eagles won 66-41. How badly do the Anniston girls want the Calhoun County title back? Well, they want it bad, according to Tykeria Smith. Smith scored 19 points, and Tyus added 16 points as the top seed Anniston Bulldogs earned its 8th finals berth in as many years. The Bulldogs hope for their first county title since 2021 when they played two-time defending champion Oxford. Oxford beat Anniston in the finals each of the last 2 years, and Anniston lost to the Oxford team that finished as Class 6A runner-up back in 2022. A depleted Anniston team, minus injured guard Serena Hardy, lost to Oxford a year ago. The Bulldogs won their first 14 games this season and stand 22-3 on the season heading into tonight's championship game. 2 of their losses have came against Class 6A competition. Piedmont was led by Caleb Brothers' 12 points and J.C. Glover's 11. Piedmont trailed 33-13 at halftime, but rallied to within 39-28 near the end of the third quarter. But a Caleb Harry's high-arching 3-pointer at the buzzer would start a 9-0 Anniston spurt, and the Bulldogs never looked back as Anniston won 64-39. Joel Van Meter coached Will Ginn at Jacksonville State. 2 games in 1 day or not, Van Meter knew what his Oxford team would get when they played Coach Ginn's Alexandria team in the Calhoun County semifinals. Meter was an assistant coach at Jacksonville State when Ginn played there. Van Meter got everything he expected as Alexandria made 2 second-half charges to close the gap. But top seed Oxford would advance to the county final for the 8th time in as many years and seek its 6th consecutive title when it takes on number 3 seed Jacksonville tonight. Oxford's beaten Jacksonville in the last 2 county finals in 2022 and 2023. Forecast of potential winter weather prompt the tournament organizers to postpone Tuesday's games, which would then make the revised schedule force Oxford and Alexandria to have to win quarterfinal and semifinal games on the same day. Oxford beat Sachs 80-38 earlier in the day, and then they went on and beat Alexandria, who had a much harder battle in their earlier game against White Plains. Coach Ginn did say he thought fatigue showed against Oxford, but Jalen Alexander led Oxford with 19 points. Marcus Perry Jr. added 17 with 4 3-pointers, and Deshaun Callaway added 9 points, and it was enough to overcome Drake Davis's 18 points and 12 points from Quindavian McDowell and Jalen Henderson, but not without a struggle as Oxford won 59-53. The Calhoun County Basketball Championship games take place tonight at Pete Matthews Coliseum. Let's go ahead and take a look at those matchups. First up at 6 p.m., it's taking place right now as we speak, is the Oxford girls. Coach Melissa Bennett's team The number 2 seed in the county tournament is going head-to-head with the top-seeded number 1 Eddie Bullock Anniston Bulldogs. That county championship game is taking place right now as we speak. And then the Oxford Yellow Jackets, Coach Van Meter's boys, will go head-to-head with Coach Busan Jacksonville Golden Eagles, who are sitting in the top 3 in Class 4A. That game's taking place tonight at 8 p.m., and that is your Calhoun County Basketball Championship games. And that's it for EAN Local News. Let's go back over to Mike and Katie.
Thanks for the update, Namath, and thank you for watching today.
You can find us here online every weekday on Facebook, YouTube, or Instagram, and on our website, eastalabamanow.com. Just go to our video feed and watch us whenever it's convenient for you.
That's right. You stay warm this weekend, and we'll see you back here on Monday for your news on your schedule.